Okay, so we're going to get going. So we've just been deciding, we've been voting, we're going to give prizes away for best level design, best audio, etc, etc. James is going to go through each category, but what I will say is there is incredibly, so everyone says it's hard picking, but it genuinely was. We were in there for 20 minutes discussing every single one, and it was really hard to kind of find specifics. A lot of groups did a lot of things really well, and it was very hard to say, oh, you're best level designer over this person, or best art, for example. So we had an incredibly tough time, but we kind of came to a conclusion. We've got two prizes here for the best two team leaders, which are the Alien Isolation swag. We've also got £40 per person on an Amazon gift card to win. We've also got the best game, which you probably already have seen the voting for, which you guys voted for, and you guys, the winning team, will get a whole bunch of Unreal Engine prizes. They're still being shipped over to our studio at the moment, so they're still in the post, but when you guys have like your end of year interviews or whatever, we'll make sure we get those prizes through to you. So that's like a team as a whole. So I guess we do, we'll go through and then do best game last.
We'll do best game last.
Okay, so go ahead, James.
So, so the winners. So that's it. You can see it really well. So the winners for the best team leaders are Sarah and Alex.
Speech.
Alien Isolation swag.
So I think that was based on the smooth running of the team, the way everyone knew exactly what they were doing.
So the best game concept goes to Tempest again.
Contributed most. You don't keep it, Alex. Someone else.
So again, I think Tempest, it wasn't a straightforward game. It wasn't an obvious game. There's a lot of hard thinking in there involved in creating a game, and it just really stood out to us. So, well done.
The best art direction goes to Andreas Katsuri.
A solid looking game, visually really nice.
And the thing that I think stood out to me most was that you had a whole bunch of, because there was other games with some really nice art, but I think the thing that stood out for us when we were going through it is you had a lot of different artists working on the game, and the visual communication kept consistent across the entire game. And it's very hard to get multiple artists working together and make it feel like one artist works on it. I think that was the main reason behind that.
Really good job. The best audio is going to go to What is Human?
Yeah.
So the best level design goes to Jake Taylor.
So Tempest again, and I'll say the same stuff again. Really quite complex stuff to work out, we think, within that level design. Really good.
Best user blueprint goes to Rob Thorne.
I think that was mostly to do with, it wasn't just complex for complex sake, it was very intuitive. As soon as you picked up the game, it didn't matter how complex stuff was under the hood, it was very straightforward to run and play through the game. And that's what this nice little polished tweaks on the blueprint stuff, you know, nice little screen shake and all those extra touches. It doesn't have to be massively complex for complex sake, it was just very intuitive, so really good job.
And then we have the Wildcard Award, and that's going to go to the gas puzzle in the submarine
So
game.
who did the gas puzzle?
Who did the gas puzzle?
So a really good job with that. I've run out of £40, but you will get £40 to spend on Amazon, we promise. And yeah, that was just a really, really nice mechanic. A few other things around it just weren't fleshed out as well, but I think partly when you were showcasing it, it wasn't as well. I think you were rushing through it at the very first when you trying to demo it, but when we played it, it was very, very nice, very intuitive, and it fit in with the environment, which was the most interesting thing. Good job.
And then the winner of the overall game for the first annual Game Jam for UCLan, as voted by you guys, it's going to be Knox.
Make sure we get all your prizes out to you. How many people were in your team, by the way? 11. So I'll make sure I delegate it through to 11 people. Really good job, good teamwork all around. And I think it was, well, you guys voted for it, so you guys can tell them what a good job they did and why you voted and all that good stuff. So honestly, it's been an awesome 4 weeks. We've had some really cool industry speakers. You've had people from all over the country coming in, from massive AAA studios to smaller independent studios, and I hope you guys have found it really, really useful. I think now you understand what it actually takes to kind of make a game and get 10 people all on the same track and communicating together and knowing when to kind of push your idea forward and when to kind of say, okay, that person's got a good idea. And also in terms of production, like bringing it all together at the very end and making sure everything's in sync and working together. And maybe now you have more of an appreciation when you see slightly buggy game online, or how did they miss this? This is so obvious. It's like, yeah, they just either run out of time or like something just broke when packaging it or whatever. So hopefully you guys have had a really good experience. And what's going to be interesting next year is you first years will be going into the second year, and you'll be like in that more directed role, and you'll be telling next year's first year is like, oh, okay, don't do this. This game idea is too big. Don't do it, and kind of going about it from there. So it's really, really awesome to see the results.
Could I just say also, even though some of you have won prizes, you know, an awful lot of you deserve a commendation for the amount of effort and interest and engagement you've put into this, and it's not gone unrecognised. Just because you haven't won a prize doesn't mean you haven't achieved something really good from this, because, you know, we've seen the way you've all pulled together over the last few weeks, working in teams in a very organic and great way. And when the CEO of Epic came round last week, he said, this is great. This atmosphere is just like a Soho studio. Those are his exact words. So, you know, I think you should all be proud of what you've achieved. Not just the winning games, but the other games all had things about them that were very special in different ways. So, you know, brilliant work, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. I think it's a really nice way to end the you know, semester, and because it's the last day other than assessment, you know, I want you all to have a lovely summer and have a good rest and come back nice and refreshed, and ready to start again next year. So.
Good job, guys.